Greetings, Performance Reviews, where I give you the review from the technician's point of view. And today I want to talk about the SEBO Kombi tool, not to be confused with any of the other SEBO tools. To distinguish the Kombi tool, other than the big words Kombi, it will have a switch right here, a hefty weight that rivals a power head, a small metal sole plate on here, and one bristle with two lint pickers. Also, the holes make this distinct. So even though the parquet tool, which looks very similar, it is quite different. And you notice the two holes on there. And the reason this has two separate air channels on it is this is optimized for low wattage canister vacuums. This is not designed for central vacuums or high wattage vacuums. So this is a very unique tool in that if the vacuum is too powerful, it's not going to work properly. And I found this out when I tried putting it on the end of my central vacuum, and all it does, even though this thing is chunky and feels meaty, the central vacuum actually bows the head down enough that it doesn't allow proper airflow of stuff to get in and basically creates a seal with the floor. Now, SEBO does have two little gizmos that we can pull out. These two little gizmos on the side do come out. You can take a screwdriver and you can see it just wedges off like that. So you can have edge cleaning and then you can save this somewhere. The most SEBO thing ever. However, that doesn't relieve suction enough for hard floor use with a more powerful vacuum. So as much as I wanted to make this work, it simply doesn't. What I do like, why we have the screwdriver out, is right here, a little stiff. Anyways, so you can pull that off, and then we can interchange the brush strip. So if you do wear the brush strip down, it is replaceable. Smart thinking on SEBO. That just goes back there like that. And speaking of brush strip, that's what this does. All that does is actuate the brush up or down. The wheels are heavy duty. And like I said, the weight of this thing rivals some power heads. Storage on the canister itself, with most of the conventional tools, will store on the back end. There's no such hook on the back end. It's actually on the front of it, so you have to turn it 180 degrees. This is a little strange. Now what else is a little strange are these marks on this. You see these do nothing. Well, these actually do something. When this is attached to a SEBO Felix, the SEBO Felix actually sits over this. And for a while, you could get a SEBO Felix with a Kombi nozzle, though that's no longer available, at least in the United States. Talk about the switchable feature, where it will literally switch between an area rug and hard floors. As you can see, that's pretty impressive area rug cleaning for a nozzle without a rotating brush. I know some people have a thing about feet, so feet warning here, but unfortunately to switch this back and forth, it's not very easy to do, and a lot of times you don't quite trigger it with your foot. So throughout this video, you've seen me just manually switching it, which means I have to bend over, unlike other switchable floor tools. I'd also like to point out that there's no clear marking on here whether this is got the brush up or down other than the arrows, which get confusing depending on which way you're looking at it. Maneuverability is excellent. Ability around furniture like my table leg and chair are excellent as well. This T-shaped design really helps when you're getting around furniture. Now, if you're new to the Performance Reviews pickup test, we're going to use a studio mic, so you might hear some background noise, but you'll get to hear what this thing sounds like on carpet. We have breakfast cereal, flour, cat litter, and fresh pet hair. Let's see how this does on the end of my SEBO D4. Alright, right away I'm going to tell you it's really hard to push on wall-to-wall carpet. Let's see what was left behind. None of the flour. A little bit of pet hair, and you saw it snowplow this pet hair, so that's quite a bit. Wow. Alright, so there's no cat litter left behind. So that means what we've learned from this pickup test is everything but pet hair, this will pick up in one pass, which is really impressive considering, again, there's no rotating brush tool. And for those who don't know what a rotating brush tool looks like, that would be a tool like this with a rotating brush. Now, the majority of what you're going to use this tool is hard floor, so let's see how it does on the rest of this stuff. And again, we got breakfast cereal, flour, cat litter, and fresh animal hair, and we are using that studio mic. Let's see how it did. Oddly enough, there's dust on the floor still, but it's not from the flour, it's from the cat litter. Overall, I think that's more than acceptable for a floor tool like this. Now I want to explain why this is not for a high-powered machine or a central vacuum. Allow me to demonstrate. But you can see, oh yeah, it's definitely going to show up. Good. You can see it just kind of snow plowed, but it did the thing where it kept it to the nozzle because the air was moving there and the unit had the suction. But you can see it just kind of snow plowed it there. It didn't actually suck it up like it did when it was attached to a portable vacuum. So this is why I'm not recommending this for central vacuum use or any powerful vacuum that's above the power of a normal portable like a SEBO. Just to clarify, I'm not calling SEBO weak, but I am saying that this does have less power than a central vacuum, as you could imagine. But when we're using this tool that's optimized for a portable vacuum, it works well. So that's the difference between using this with something like a central vacuum and a portable vacuum as it was intended. Now, part of this has to do with its untraditional double intake design, which I've never actually seen work properly on a floor nozzle before. So to give the SEBO engineers credit, it does work well in this usage case, unlike, say, when Dyson did it with their hard stick vacuum. Yes, that was the name of it. Or we saw Panasonic do this with one of their uprights. We also saw Hoover try this. Anyways, nobody's had great success doing this. This is the best one I've seen that's a double intake. Really, a single intake, I think, is better at the end of the day. One thing I'd like to know is you can see where the intake literally does take two paths and then is joined into one. Well, I may have finally found a SEBO product, if you've made it this far into the review, that I don't actually really like. I much prefer this floor nozzle over this one for just about everything. So if you were trying to determine the difference between the two, I hope this has helped you with that. Links below, and check out the video card. At the end of this video, I will talk about this tool in another video, so definitely check that out. Give this video a thumbs up. A big thank you to Tom G for making this review happen. His generosity donating this nozzle to the channel really made a difference. So check out his vacuum museum, link below to that. If you want to see a behind the scenes, particularly of this shooting, check out the Patreon link below. Have yourself a wonderful day.